Welcome back. I'm Amanda Brilhanti alongside Carl Higbee. It's always different to introduce you instead of you introducing me.
It's great. I don't have to say anything.
You're like, I'm just here. Anyways, we're going to give you a look at the business headlines here because, like it or not, Elon Musk seems to dominate business headlines, whether he's sending a rocket to space or he's tweeting about smoking weed before a Twitter board meeting. I mean, he's doing his own thing.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Or drilling underneath the city of LA. Who knows? Who
knows? But it's important to watch Elon, though, because he is making so many headlines. And not only is he the richest man in the world, he also has the ability to change the markets and price of crypto with a simple endorsement.
He's also African American. He's from Africa.
That one
He's American.
Yeah, that was above my knowledge there, but... So.
For a little help on this to get a better understanding of his latest moves, let's bring in Executive Vice President of the Commonwealth Foundation and fellow at Independent Women's Forum, Jennifer Stefano, and business and markets analyst and Newsmax contributor, my man Seth Denson. All right, so Seth, let's break it down. He buys a little over 9% stake in the public company. All right, people lose their mind. They have all these people, and I actually screenshot. We weren't allowed to put their Twitter profiles up, but a lot of them are these like non-binary, him, her, he, his, them, they people, and they're all terrified of having Elon Musk on their board, and now they're trying to say, even some of them are saying, this can't happen.
Well, regardless, Musk is outspoken, and with somebody being outspoken and somebody has that power, there's controversy.
So, but Seth, what does this do to the market stability of the Twitter stock?
Well, I mean, if you just look at what it's done over the last week, it does something good. The stock is up 20% since he made the announcement he was joining it. And I think Twitter was Twitter stock was down over 50% over the last year.
No,
and that's
in
large part. Well, yeah, that's part of it. But I think the bigger part of it was that the bloom was off the rose, and the recognition was that Twitter is all about free speech so long as it was their speech or their side of the political aisle. And to both advertisers and even utilizers, that was really scary. Listen, Elon says what a lot of us are thinking. He just, when you're the richest man in the world, doesn't worry about any consequences of that. That's a powerful thing, and that is free speech. And that is now what may be coming back to Twitter, so this could be a good thing.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
Yeah, he's spoken out a lot about free speech. And speaking of him being able to do whatever he wants, he's set to join the board meetings at Twitter, and he's joking about smoking weed on his Twitter, saying the board meeting would be lit. You can see him there. You know, Jennifer, this may resonate with his Twitter followers, but his antics, even his poll about whether or not there should be an edit button, I think he wrote yes, YSE, and no was ON. But do you think his antics are going to hurt Twitter with big-time investors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Look, people understand Elon Musk and investor community understands that he's in some call him eccentric. But this is what's wonderful about Musk buying Twitter. He is an avid consumer of the product. I mean, think about this. He uses Twitter to its maximum degree.
To sway markets.
Founder and CEO, right? Yes. Jack Dorsey, you never really heard what he was. Nothing he ever did on Twitter made major headlines. The new CEO is still struggling to come out from under Dorsey. Meanwhile, Musk is not only an avid consumer, he's talking directly to the people who use it every day. He really engages with his core audience. And oh, by the way, he's one of them. I think this will be a real boon to Twitter, and investors will see it for what it is. One of the smartest men on the planet who is deeply engaged in using and building up this company.
True. He is definitely engaged.
And I see, I see him. He's going to hold this town hall too, where people can ask me anything you want, which is going to be lit, to say the least. But here's the thing: is he's going to do this thing where he's going to have this town hall. Do you think that he positions himself, right now he only owns 9.2% of the company. Do you think he positions himself to a place to devalue the stock, maybe even using Twitter platform to do it, in order to buy more to eventually take a controlling interest?
I mean, listen, that would be market manipulation, I think. So I think he ought to be very careful about doing that. But listen, interestingly enough, we were concerned about this early on when he invested so heavily in crypto with Tesla's money, wondering, well, is that market manipulation? What's going to happen there? And so, but again, I think Elon does what Elon's going to do. And he is a big advocate. He's a big proponent of if you can't beat it, buy it. And
but
that seems to be his overall approach. These town halls will be certainly interesting. I'm going to tune in.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great.
He definitely, if you can't beat it, buy it, and that's exactly what he's doing.
I don't agree with 100% of what he does, but I agree with him being him. That is awesome. That is what America needs.
Well, speaking of him being him, here's a fun one for you. Cyber Rodeo. He actually did this to kick off the opening of a new factory in Austin, Texas. Seth, you're obviously a Texan, but Jennifer, I mean, do you think that this is the right way to go?
Yeah, look, I love it. He really is. He's such a great American. I love when immigrants come to our country and they bring their culture and embrace our culture. I mean, I think it's great what he's doing. He's a showman. The man is a showman, but he has the genius behind it.
Right.
He has the genius to build companies, to be innovative. I don't think he'd ever tear it down or manipulate the market. I think he is a genius who knows how to be a showman. This is very rare. He understands brand and product. I think he's going to do well.
What's even more
Looks
rare?
like he's at a festival.
It is. What's even more rare is you rarely find people this devoted and having this much fun with their profession.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right, Seth Denton and Jennifer Stefano, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, y'all.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.